Hello guys, NautoAisDx here once again. And finally, it's April the 25th. Well, let's just say it's past April the 25th. And SNK finally showed more info about, well, the topic I'm going to be talking about is King of Fighters XIV. Yes, finally I'm ready to talk about it. In Japan, April the 25th came. I guess there was some sort of special event that's happening along with PAX, and they basically not one, not two, but three trailers for King of Fighters 14. Not only, first of all, they got the 13th character trailer, and this time they show Nakaruru and Shunwei. So Nakaruru, of course, from Samurai Showdown, or in Japan, Samurai Spirit. Shunwei, well, what people call him, the Demon Child. I'll explain that later. And not only that, they finally showed the first overview trailer. And from different, it not only had a Japanese trailer, it also had one meant for the Americans. And the information was good. I'm surprised. I hate to say this, but in content-wise, King of Fighters 14 has better content than Street Fighter 5. Yeah, you might say, well, Street Fighter has better quality than King of Fighters because Capcom is always in the fighting. When it comes to Capcom fighting game, they're better than SNK fighting game. That's subjective. I'm not even gonna go there. If you want to beg Capcom versus SNK 3, whatever. But when they showed this overview trailer, I'm like, oh my god, they nailed it. They had the content not only for online, but for casuals that only prefer to play single player, right there. And to boost, you got 50 characters in the game. 50 characters. Biggest roster in the main storyline, rather than a dream match. Because the biggest one as of right now really is King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited match. That's a dream match. They're bringing some back of the character, and some people were missing in action in the next cartel. They brought him back. But this one, most of them are returning character, but there are some new characters as well. So that was interesting. The overview information, a lot of information. Again, it even has story mode. It has, well, guess what it has? Arcade mode. An arcade mode. What's lacking in Street Fighter 5? An arcade mode, or at least a time trial mode, because heck, it has challenges, time trial, and survival mode. So whatever it has in King of Fighters 13, it's back with more characters. So I'm sorry to say, but King of Fighters 14 is worth $60 because it has enough content for casual single player people, and the online competitive. Plus, you got 50 characters versus how many with Street Fighter right now? Well, as of right now, it's supposed to be somewhere by this week. It'll be 18 characters if you include Alex and Guile. So, and then you say, well, you said 3 trailers. What's the third one? DLC trailer. Yes, it's confirmed. King of Fighters 14 will have DLC. The trailer that they showed was when I saw oh, you can play as classic Kyo with his uniform from the Orochi saga. I'm like, yes, baby, King of Fighters, it's Kyo 95, and I just found out it's an alternate skin for Kyo. Oh my god, fooled me. Well, heck, that's what Kusanagi is for. He's supposed to be your new King of Kyo 95 with some additional move. But so, if they decide to bring him back to DLC, hey, I'll buy him. But again, we don't know what the DLC is. So right now, the only DLC they are talking about is just alternate costume for some characters. So again, in Japan, Kyo 95, Kyo classic outfit. No, and it's not Kyo 95. It doesn't have all these moves from King Fighter 95. Again, that's why Kusanagi exists for a reason. And here's the best part. The release date. I was thinking maybe it'll be like September, October, while in Japan, maybe earlier September, August. No, here's the weird thing that even I was shocked. In Japan, the game's going to come out at August the 25th. Okay? In America, they're going to release it August the 23rd, 2 days earlier than the Japanese. So maybe that's considered still worldwide because they're closed. I know it for Europe. I don't know what's going on. But of course, remember in America, Atlas is actually publishing the game because remember, SNK as of right now, they only do localization. They don't do publishing. They got rid of the team, unfortunately. But, Atlas is partnering with SNK, just like they did with King of Fighters XIV. There you go. In Japan, you get the KoF Classic outfit. In America, you get a steel case with apparently there's supposed to be like a booklet, The Art of King of Fighters XIV. So again, pretty cool. I mean, oh my gosh. So yeah, there is DLC. As of right now, it's only clothes. They said there might be character DLC. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because again, you get a lot of characters since 94, 95, all the way to the next Cartel saga, all the way to the Ash saga. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put in Ash's team or Nameless, Kusanagi, heck, even K49. Well, we'll see what happens. So the overall had good modes. And the thing about the best part of the overall trailer is, because, okay, a lot of people already knew who most of the team is because thanks to a Chinese, there was a Chinese website that leaked the characters. So I guess for the overall trailer, they just said, you know what, screw it. Since they knew, most people already knew about the leak, people talking about it, they knew about the team, we'll just introduce the team. And to some extent, like I said, sadly, is whatever the leak is, it is true, it has been confirmed. That's what's going to be the team for King of Fighters 14. And there will be a part teaser. Part 2 here is that I'll give my thoughts on each of the 16 teams that they're going to show. But right now give like my overall thought about it because some of the team is awesome. The new team and smart by SNK to bring back the stables team. And remember, I've been talking about this since King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited match about how some of the teams should be stable and shouldn't be changed no matter what, just to keep it fresh. That wasn't really the good idea. It was a smart move. Whoever developer, whoever was behind the direction for this game was smart. Keep the team stable because what King of Fighters is a team of 3. But the problem is they keep changing the team. It's like, oh, I don't want that team. I want this team. Come on. So, like I said, and what the best thing about King of Fighters 13 was, most of the stable team was from the past. Guess what? To some of them, they're going to continue with that. So I'll explain that later. So, again, overall, it's coming out good. See, like I said, remember, I did mention this before last September 2015 that people got to chill out about King of Fighters 14. Give it time. Give the game time to see what happened because people were complaining. Oh, the graphics 3D. Oh my gosh. Kyo looks so. Oh man, how come they didn't go with King of Fighters 13's graphic? And I said, dude, chill out. Gamers, SNK fan, chill out. Give it time. And now, SNK fan gave them time. It got improved. It's going to come out August the 23rd in America. Awesome. So, am I going to get it? I might get this full price for the first time because I never really bought a King of Fighters game full price. A single one. King of Fighters 13 and 12, I bought it like from 10 to 20 bucks. And then King of Fighters 11 was 15 bucks. And then for a while I bought $40 for the bundle because it was ridiculous, a bundle. 2001, 2002, and 2003 I did the bundle. And then $10 for King Fighter 99 for the PlayStation. And then $10 for King Fighter 95 for the PlayStation. And the only one is I got for $30. But it was a gift. A good friend of mine gave me a gift. For the PSP, the Orochi Saga. And then at one point they were selling the game, the PS2 and the Wii, for $10. At one place now they're like selling it for $20. So, should have got him another chance, but whatever. So this might be my first King of Fighters game for full price for $60. And here's the thing: if the game is even $50, lower than Street Fighter, oh man, But I get it, I'll be 60 because it had more content than Street Fighter V. I'm not hating Street Fighter V. I have Street Fighter V, got it because I had a coupon. But again, if you compare it to King of Fighter 14, this game is more complete than Street Fighter 5. I mean, I know Street Fighter 5 is supposed to be last like 5 years. We'll see about this one. We don't know. That's another question. Is it going to be for how long is it going to be? Will it be for 2 years tops, 3 years? And then King of Fighter 15 because of the past game becoming trilogy? Or is it going to be the first time it'll be King of Fighter 14 and then maybe a year or so later they expand on that game called King of Fighter 14, some subtitle, and it's a expansion to the King of Fighter 14, or you can buy the new version, but you have option. The point is you got option, you get to play new characters, maybe they'll add some new characters, because no more changing the team. Who knows? We'll just see. Right now, the overall trailer gave a lot of information, gave faith to a lot of the SNK fan, the King of Fighter fan. I can see a lot of people are now saying that this is a definite game for 2016. Not so much with Street Fighter V. Again, the reason is the content-wise. So with that, now I'm going to give thoughts on the themes. But there will be part 2 like more in depth. But this right now, I need a list to see it. But in my top of my head, like I said, one of the smart things that SNK finally did is keep the main stable team. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, the very, very obvious one, the Japan team. Kyo, Benimaru, and Goro. They've been the hero team of the Orochi saga. They were back in 2001, including Shingo. They were in 2002 in an unlimited match. And King of Fighter 13, they were back. Why not keep that stable team? That's what I'm saying about stable team. I'm saying they should keep that team forever. Don't change them around. It's really ridiculous. When people think of King of Fighter, the hero team or the Japan team, they think about those people: Kyo, Benimaru, and Goro. It's like saying It's like saying, well, we're going to remove Optimus Prime in Transformer or Duke and Cobra Commander in G.I. Joe. It just doesn't work. King of Fighter, the Japan team, they're stable. They shouldn't be moved. Good move. And the best one, another one is Yagami team. Remember I said that it was interesting about how the Yagami team, they debuted in 96, and then it was 97. Iori was a single entry. I don't know why. Went back in 98, but that was the dream match. And then Vice Mature never came back until 2002, which another dream match. Really? And then you say, oh man, is Will ever going to see Vice Mature? Until King of Fighters 13, which the Yagami team is back. So why not keep them to King of Fighters 14? Again. I mean, you're saying, what's the alternate Vice Mature died in 96? Yeah, that was a story. And of course, in 90, or in Team 513, the backstory was that they got their body back, and that their curse would always stick with Iori. I mean, I don't know if that occurs when you got two hot women hanging out with Iori. Come on, again, another stable theme that didn't give enough time. He was in 96, and then they got rid of it until 98, and then it was gone again until 2002, and then finally, in its main storyline, King of Fighters 13, and now they're going to continue it with King of Fighters 14. So maybe the story of this one, the premise now is that somehow they're back alive. I don't know, because like I said, in 96, spoiler, they were killed. In 13, they said they went there for a while because they were in a mission. Maybe now they're once again being revived by Orochi because of a new storyline. Who knows? Again, another stable team. Awesome. So finally, the return of the Yagami team and the Japan team. So another one, of course, this was no surprise ever since King Fighter 11 is K's team. Normally it would be with Whip, but this is with Kula. Yeah, no surprise here. That was the team that introduced in King Fighter 11. It was like, well, that's kind of weird. But then they stuck with him in 13. And now they're, again, another main stable. So another 3 main stable team that should be forever main, that you don't get rid of them. The Yagami team, the Japan team, and the K team. So are there any other team that's the main stable that they shouldn't be changing? Oh, definitely. Ikari Warrior is back. Ralph, Clark, and Leona. I would prefer Hydran, but most people think Leona is a better choice for King of Fighter as an Ikari Warrior. So there you go. Makes sense. I mean, heck, same goes with 13. Psycho Soldier, again, makes sense. Kenso, Athena, and Chin. So again, it makes sense there. Again, based on King of Fighters 13, they're just continuing with that. Smart move. And who's another stable? Oh, well, unfortunately, I think that's it. I can think of it anymore right in my top of my head without a list. So has been some changes in the game, and sadly there is one team that was changed, that was a main stable. I mean, this was been main stable since 94, 95, even in 2000, 2000 or 99, 2000, 2001, and then when they went back to the 3 team, 2002. Not so much with 2003 because it was a little bit change. And then in King of Fighter 11 and 12 and heck 13, they were missing in action. Until now 14, it's the Korean team, aka Kim's team. King Cup 1, Choi, and Chang. They were again a fan favorite. Sadly, in King of Fighter 14, they got split up. So what's basically now? Well, so basically one, Kim has a new team, and people have said the new team basically is, again, spoiler here, thanks to the leak. If you want to know what the roster looks like in the leak is, I'll provide you a link for it. So, but yeah, like I said, SK said, well, people knew about the link or the leak. Screw it. Let's just show the characters. So that's why I can talk about it now without any spoiler, but it is a bit of spoiler. So yeah, like Kim Cup 1, his master, and the master's wife. That's the team is. While now they call themselves the villain team, which is Chang and Choi, because they're like a duo. Plus apparently a new team captain. No one knows what he is yet, but all I can say, this guy looks like a badass mofo, excuse the language, but like, I looked at him like, oh my god, this guy looks scary. Who is this guy? We'll find out soon enough. Unfortunately, there was no character trailer for this guy. But, again, yeah, sadly, those two teams basically got split up. So, you can always put them together, edit team. So, another one, a little bit of change here is, the all-women's team. It's Mai and King like usual, but most of the time there's always those two. But the third member always keeps changing. In 96 was Kasumi Todo, 97, 98 was Chizuru Kaguya. And then, of course, the next cartoon on Team of 4 was kind of weird. And then in 2002 was Kasumi Todo, if you played 2002. Or the original 2002 was Mei Lee. And then in 2003 was Blue Mary. There was no women's team in 11, but in 13 they were back, which is the main one since 95 and 94. King, Mai, and Yuri. Not so much with King Fighter 14. Yes, Mai and King are back, but the third one is basically a Fatal Fury character, but not a game. A Pachinko. Yes. For a while, if you don't know the history, what's happening with SNK, they did stop manufacture or producing games for the console. They were doing limited and arcade, mobile game, and Pachinko. And the new character, I think her name was Alice or Alicia. I think it was Alice, I don't know. It's the Fatal Fury game, but a Pachinko. Now, she's a fighter in King Fighter 14, so I guess they're also... So that's another problem. I'm going to explain that later. And then, of course, I forgot to mention Fatal Fury team's back. Fatal Fury, Terry, Andy, and Joe. No surprise there. Again, they're a stable team. I know in 2003 and 11 they made some weird changes, but they've been a stable team since 95. Kind of makes sense because they were the main three characters. In Fatal Fury 1, you play that. They were in the anime. Makes sense. And then the Art of Fighting theme, again, a little bit of change, but more of a throwback. Ryo, Robert, and Yuri. Again, in King of Fighters 13, it was Takuma, but in 14, they put back Yuri, so Takuma got the boot. Again, yeah. So, those are some of the returning characters. I mean, some other ones also was, there's a new team now called the Southtown team, which is, kind of makes sense, from Southtown, Geese, Billy Kane, and the third is a new character, supposedly Geese's butler, personal butler, so I don't know what the deal with that is. We'll find out soon enough. And then, of course, the reason why Angel is back, if you don't know her backstory, she's from Mexico, even so she works from the next cartel or former. She teams up with, of course, King of Dinosaur, as expected, a luchador, and some people said it's T-Zoc as a heel. We'll see if it is true or not. And Ramon, a luchador who works Ramon is an agent who works against the NS cartel, along with Vanessa and Seth. Ramon, Angel, and King of Dinosaur. They're in a new team called the Mexico team. So I'm gonna assume they're a bunch of luchadors. That's what it is. So I was hoping, oh man, K-49 would back since Angel's back. Nope. So you get the luchador team. Yeah, again, thanks to the leak. Okay, so are they new teams? Like I said, beside the feeling, yeah, there's a lot of new teams, such as now they showed the South American team, which basically two of them were in the show, Nelson and Bandera Satori. One's a boxer, one's a Latin ninja, and then there's a female one, which I don't know who it is. And then the official invitation team. Yeah, this one's going to be interesting because they already showed two. Sylvie, which is it's a rival pop idol, against Athena. So another pop idol now. So finally, Athena's a rival. Kukri is like a Mr. Sandman. And a third guy, I have no idea, he has a mask on. But the premise of this thing, from what I heard, people have said that the reason why they call it the Royal Invitation is that each of the three characters represent a saga from the past. So what does that mean? Sylvie, basically her backstory is she used to work for the Nest Cartel. Kukri was part of the Warriors of the Past, aka Saki's group. So I'm just going to assume that the other guy with the mask is from the Orochi. That's basically what the Royal Invitation team is. Each of the characters represent the saga from the past King of Fighters games. And like I said, I'm going to explain more of this later on, part 2, like more. And the biggest interesting about this game is, you might say, oh, there's guest character now? Sort of. Remember I said how Alice is a free character but from a Pachinko? Another World team is also introduced, which is the team captain is Nakaruru, which is basically, everyone knows, Samurai Shodown, Samurai Spirit. But the two that teams up with her is Mui Mui and Love Heart. So you're like, wait, who's this? Mui Mui is from a game called Dragon Gal, but it's not an arcade game. It's a Pachinko. Same goes with Love Heart. I think I read about her from a game called Sky Pirate, and it's another Pachinko game. Yeah, so the two girls, women fighter, are from a Pachinko game, from a fantasy world, but they're Pachinko characters. Now, just like Alice, they're now fighters. So yes, and interesting about this Another World team are characters from another world or from another timeline. Nakaruru is from, I think it's like, I want to say feudal Japan, but someone said it could be the Meiji era Japan also. 1700, I don't know. Samurai Shodown storyline is weird. Dragon Cal is from a fantasy world along with Love Heart. So finally, we'll see what the deal with his characters are. So the last team I forgot to mention is, and this is called the Team China, because they showed Tung Fu also finally. Tung Fu officially in a King of Fighters game. But you say, well, he was in 11. Yeah, he was an exclusive console. So that really doesn't count. He didn't really have a team. Now he does have a team. But he teams up with a Demon Child and a pillow girl. That's apparently what people call it. But they show the demon child, and his name is Shu Wei. And I guess it's a demon child. It looks like something from Jet Grind Radio. He has a headset. He has one of his pants fold up. He had a jacket just hanging like a cape. But the rumors state that this Team China, they might be the new hero team. Because the thing is, believe it or not, in every King of Fighters saga, there's always going to be a new hero team, a new main character. The Nest Cartel had K, the Crimson Saga had Ash. So you'd be wondering who's in King of Fighters XIV, which is supposed to be a new storyline. Rumor has it could be this guy, Shu Wei. I don't really agree with it because he looks so demonic as a hero, but again, maybe he's an anti-hero like, what's his name, Ash. So again, we'll see. But they just call him China team instead of a hero team because, well, technically that's really like a cover, well, not really cover, like a substitute title. Because I know in '94 they call the Japan team was a hero team. I think they called him the hero team until the Nest Cartel, then some down the line they just called him the Japan team. And then K49, or what am I thinking for? Excuse me. K in '99 with Maxima, Benimaru, and Shingo was called the hero team at one point. And then in King of Fighters 2003 with Ash's team, they were also called the hero team. Later on, it became rival team and Ash team. So, I don't know, right now they just call him, I mean, during the trailer, they just call him Team China, so I don't know what's going on there. So, anyway, yeah, so, like I said, I'll go more in depth about the characters in a part 2 for this. Sama, like I said, pretty awesome. The graphics are getting better, a lot of content, a lot of characters, new and old characters, DLC, again. So, yeah, I mean, this game is shaping out good. I'm probably going to buy this full price. Maybe we'll see. So, anyway, that's my thoughts. Part 1 thoughts of the overall of King of Fighters 14 as of right now. I mean, heck, there'll probably be more trailers coming a week or so. Hey, E3's coming also. We'll see what happens. So, part 2 of this is going to be my thoughts of the main characters. More in depth about them. So, yeah.